Hello, welcome to Pirkei Avos with Rabeinu Yonah. And we are on chapter 1, Mishnah 3. And Tignois ish socho kibel mishim hatzadik. So the last Mishnah we had was a lesson from Shimon Hatzadik, Shimon the Righteous. This Mishnah is from Antignois ish socho, and he received the Torah from Shimon Hatzadik. If you remember from our first class, we talked about the Masorah, the tradition of Torah, all the way back to Moshe Rabeinu, who received it from Hashem in all the generations. So now we're in Antignois of Socho, not Soho, but Socho, who accepted the Torah from Shimon Hatzadik. Hu Hayomer, he used to say, Al tiyu ka'avadim hameshamshin esarav al manas lekabel pras. Don't be like a servant who serves his master on condition to receive reward. Ella have ka'avadim hameshamshin esarav shelo al manas lekabel pras. But rather, be like a servant who serves his master not on condition to get reward. And it concludes, V'himor shamayim aleichem, and let the fear of heaven be on you. So, we learn that one should not do mitzvos, one should not serve Hashem on condition to get reward. And then we conclude with that the fear of heaven should be upon a person. And we'll have to see what is the connection between the beginning of the Mishnah and the end of the Mishnah. Why does the end of the Mishnah say, let the fear of heaven be upon you? What does that have to do with serving a master on condition to not get reward? So let's see what Rabeinu Yonah has to say. So he says, She'ein zu avodah shlema, if you serve your master, if you serve Hashem on condition to get reward, that's not a complete service of God. It's not a perfect service of God. She'ein osa b'shvil rabo, because you're not doing it for your master. You're not doing it for Hashem, ach l'kabel pras, but you're just doing it to get reward. So the ultimate way to do mitzvos, to serve Hashem, is to not do it to get reward. Now the Rabeinu Yonah is going to discuss some girsa issues, which means different ways you could read the Mishnah. There were certain words that were, according to some, were in a different order, and it could actually change slightly the meaning of the Mishnah. So he's going to explain that now. So Yesh Omrim, She'ein la'avodas Hashem al manas shelo b'kabel pras. So some explain it that you shouldn't serve Hashem on condition to not get reward, meaning Ke'ein la'adam lasas ha'mitzvah al da shelo yeh lo pras aleim. According to those that explain it, a person shouldn't serve Hashem with in mind that there's no reward. Ella, hachi garcian, but rather the way they have it is actually the way we have our Mishnah, but this is the way these rabbis interpreted it, had the Mishnah. Shelo manas l'kabel pras, shelo yaseh mitzvah b'shvil pras, afal pi sheyesh lo lakshov ki schar yeh lo chelef avodaso. So the way these rabbis explain it is that one should not serve Hashem in mind to receive the reward, that's the reason that he's serving Hashem, that's the goal, I'm doing it to get the reward, but he should have in mind that there is reward. So he's saying that the way these rabbis interpret the Mishnah is that you shouldn't the purpose of you doing the mitzvah shouldn't be to get reward, but still, you should have in mind that there's going to be a reward. But the way the Svarim have it is the same. The Rabeinu is the main way to read it. Rabeinu Yonah learns it slightly differently. We do find the other rabbis were saying that even though that shouldn't be the goal to get the reward, you could still do it. However, he said the Rabeinu Yonah learns no. When one serves Hashem, the ultimate way to serve Hashem is to not think of the reward at all. And he says we find this by people. We find there are people like that. Ki'evet, a slave. Miknas kaspo, someone who's owned by somebody else. We don't have it nowadays, but there was such a thing as slavery. Chayav la'avod avodas rabo. He has to serve his master below shitin lo pras, without getting any reward. Gam kein yesh lo la'adam la'avodas Hashem al manas shelo l'kabel pras. And so too a person should serve Hashem to not get any reward. Ela mipnei chesed she'gmalu kvar. No, but rather, why should someone serve Hashem? If it's not for the reward, why should you do it? Because of all the kindness and all the goodness that God has given a person. If we think back on our lives, just the fact that we're breathing. There's people during COVID. So I just heard about a young fellow in the hospital during COVID. He couldn't breathe. And he said he never appreciated what it was to breathe after that. If we think every second that we could breathe, how thankful we have to be like that. And if we think in our lives all the kindness that God has done for us, that's enough of a reason to serve God because of all of His kindness, not for reward. What's another reason to serve Hashem? Because the greatness of the Master. It's fitting to do this. And this is what it means to serve Hashem from love. We think about who God is. We don't even know. We don't even know with anything really about the essence of God. But if you think about the physical universe, you think it's 15 light years across, let's say. Or that's at least what we've seen of it. We can't even see what's beyond that. You have the observable universe and the non-observable universe. So you have the observable universe, which is 15 billion light years across. Is there anything beyond that? Physically, we don't know. So 15 billion light years means that if you travel at 186,000 miles per second, not per hour, but per second, 186,000 miles per second, you travel at that speed for 15 billion years, then you'll get to the end of the observable universe. Now that's just the physical world. Now we think there's a spiritual world, and we think how great everything is, and how great Hashem is, and everything that He's done for us, for humanity, created everything in existence. Then that's enough of a reason to serve God because of His greatness. So two things is a reason enough to serve God. One is the kindness that He's done for us, and two is His greatness. Shenemar, and this is what it means to serve Hashem from love. Shenemar, v'ahavta es Hashem elokecha, and love Hashem your God. Vezu hi ahava shleim b'bnei adam. What is perfect love? It's found amongst people. Harotz l'shamish la'ava b'nei avaso osam yom kadmonim. To serve Him. That someone who wants to serve because of love, because of this love from the days, from the olden days, from a long time already. Even if you know that He's not going to give you any reward. And this is the ultimate service of God. This is what we should be shooting for when we serve Hashem. Okay. So, again, this is a higher level. Right. This is what we're learning here is the goal, what we should do. This doesn't mean now that if you're not at this level, you're really just doing a mitzvah because you want the reward. You're sitting there, you're saying, "Oh, should I go to davening this morning?" Well, I'm really only doing it for the reward, so I really shouldn't go. No, that's not what we do. We do mitzvahs for the wrong reasons because eventually we'll do it for the right reasons. Right? The Gemara says that if someone gives charity, and the reason he's giving charity is because he wants his son to be healthy. And such a person, the Gemara says, is a tzaddik. He's a righteous person. I think it says even tzaddik gamor, a totally righteous person. What we're talking about here is the ultimate, the best way to serve God. The best way to serve God is that I don't care about reward at all. Even if there's no reward, I'm serving God anyway because I love Him, because of all the kindness that He's done for me in my life, and because of His greatness. Now we explain, we asked the question at the beginning, what does the end of the Mishnah have to do with the beginning of the Mishnah? The beginning of the Mishnah said that we serve Hashem on condition to not get reward, and the end of the Mishnah is that the fear of heaven should be upon us. So Rabeinu Yonah explains, Va'alkein, therefore, samach le'inyan zeh ha'yira. That's why we talk about fearing God. We just talked about loving God, now we talked about fearing God. Va'amar v'himar shemayim aleichem, let the fear of heaven be upon you. La'avodas Hashem me'ava u'mira. So we should serve Hashem, one, because of love, what we just discussed, and also because of fear. Ke'avid she'ovedes rabim ibnei gedulaso, that about like a servant who serves his master because of fear. Because of his greatness. And he thinks that this my master could punish me. So he serves him out of fear. A slave or a servant who knows that his master has the power to punish him will serve him out of fear. It's not because he's afraid of the punishment, but because of the honor and greatness of the master, that he has the ability to punish us. Right, there's two things. There's yiras ha'onish, being afraid of actually getting punished. And then, it sounds like the way Rabeinu Yonah is saying it, that since God has the ability to punish us, that testifies to His greatness. So that we have a fear, so to say, of His greatness. Seems like he's saying more of a yiras haromimus. So we're learning here that the ultimate way, the best way to serve Hashem is through love. Love because of the kindness that He's done for us. Love because of His greatness. And fear, and which is really an awe. Being struck by the awe of Hashem, the fear of God, not necessarily because He will punish us, because He has the ability to punish us, and He has that testifies to His greatness. And with that, we finish the Mishnah. Wishing everyone a great day.